Yes, but we can combine the videos. We had to take a break from Vapor Air Ass, and we lost our video.
Where were we at?
Daddy issues.
Oh, that's right.
Daddy problems.
Oh, and he wasn't that old. So even 45 and 21, I mean, that's not hugely.
It's not.
I mean.
I want you to think about this.
Okay.
40-something-year-old, they have an 18-year-old son.
Yeah.
We're
You want me
assuming
to
they
be-
have a child. We're assuming they have a child.
Right. And also think about, when did they graduate?
In the 80s, dude.
So when I was not even conceived,
Right.
this is pre-X-Men cartoon on Saturdays, pre-Ninja Turtle watching from my 7-year-old ass. Like, that guy doesn't even fucking know who X-Men is, probably.
No.
What do we have in common?
We're at the same fucking club every weekend.
That's it.
Okay, so alcohol,
Right?
sweaty dancing
Yeah. Sure.
is
Loneliness.
supposed to sustain a healthy relationship.
No one ever said you're going there to have a relationship.
No, but
No.
I'm just saying, like, the age, it wasn't like that. It wasn't so drastic that he was, like, asking you to dance.
Right. I would
No,
agree.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't like a marriage
Wow.
proposal or anything.
No, you took that a little far,
I
but
did.
that's fine.
My apologies. That's probably because I considered it.
Oh, Iron Man.
Okay.
There was also this regular at the fucking Buffalo Club.
And back then, he looked like Tony Stark. He looked like...
Robert Downey
Everybody
Jr.
listening to this knows exactly who we're talking about. I guarantee that you've seen him in the mall, or you've seen him at this club.
Seen him at Anime Oasis.
Yeah, because he dresses up like Iron Man and he wears the stupid sunglasses and looks like him.
And he has a homemade costume. Okay.
That's cosplay, dude. He took it
And
serious.
explain how you know it's homemade, dude.
Because he explained it the first night we sat with him. We were dancing all night, and then we went to Denny's. And
Oh my
it
god,
was awkward.
because we stayed at the Buffalo Club until 2 a.m. when the lights came on.
Yeah.
Which should have been the red flag. That we stayed there that long and the lights came on.
Ooh.
Because we had
a good time.
I mean, yeah, and we had good conversation, right?
Yeah,
So time was flying. We were having fun.
We were.
The lights came on, and that shit, I don't know about you guys, but that's real. Like, it is like it is in movies when the lights come on and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. The interior of any bar loses its...
Oh, it was gnar.
Yeah.
And then we went to Denny's.
Now, who all went to Denny's that day?
Was it just the four of us?
It was just the four of us. Fuck.
So cringy. But explain what happened after that. Schloo.
So, young Schloo,
Yes.
very young Schloo,
21 young.
thought any man who asked me out on a date, I would give them one date.
You
Right.
literally did. I remember this. Oh my god, it was so
I would give them
aggravating.
a date.
A date. She
Yeah.
would.
It's like, and not because I needed somebody to pay for my meal and I was hungry and had been starving the entire week, but it was just because I just wanted, I don't know, I hadn't gone on a lot
women
of
who get
dates.
this many options can say yes to anything they want. That's the point. That's the point. When you get asked out so frequently, you can say yes because you have options.
And then when you're just her
And when you
sidekick
don't
and you
have
watch it,
options,
you just...
Oh my God.
You really say, go you.
But you
Ew.
have to look at the quality over quantity, okay? The
Right, because
quality of individual.
quality has been real.
Oh, God.
Anyways, continue.
where are we?
She's saying yes to everything.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not saying yes to everything.
Every
I'm
date,
saying
every date asked
yes for the one date.
for the date.
So we
Yes.
go out to a very weird old-timey breakfast, which is fine, you know, whatever. And then we go for a walk along the river. Now, this walk along the river, I don't know if you've met, older gentlemen like to talk, okay? And I don't know why. I think it's maybe because not a lot of people listen to them, or they don't feel like a lot
Or
of
they're
people
legends
listen to
in their
them.
own goddamn minds and they want to talk.
Maybe. So
Okay.
he gets to talking, and we're walking, and I'm not really saying much. You know, I'm just kind of, all right. You know, and I'm going at my own, like, kind of pace, and I start to hear him, as he's talking, kind of, and kind of take weird breaths, and I notice, like, he's kind of starting to limp a little bit, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, is this guy going to keel over? But anyway, we're continuing to walk, he's continuing to talk, and I'm watching like window cleaners on the large, buildings and everything. And I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, that poor guy.
I think where we're going with this is how come we sat through shit that was awkward and miserable and didn't just say, okay, this isn't working for me, I'm going to leave.
Right. And then walked a few clicks faster and got away from him.
Like, because you always feel so bad, like, oh, I don't want to be mean.
Felt obligated.
Yeah, you feel obligated. Why do we feel obligated to sit through shit that is not awesome?
Because I didn't want him to take it personally, because he was a nice guy, but I just didn't want to give him that impression, I guess, that, like, I wasn't really. This is another thing. How do we take people leaving us, people's denial of us? Do we take it personally, or do we just accept that, oh, okay, I wasn't right for them?
I think we take it personally because it doesn't happen enough, like when it should be happening. So, like, if people could just, you're on a first date with someone and it's going nowhere. So instead of you guys sitting there for another hour and it's miserable, and you're both thinking like, oh fuck, if the people could just say, I'm not feeling it, are you feeling it? And if like people could do that, because people are so worried about hurting people's feelings, but if we could just all be like, we know it's going nowhere, like, I mean, I think that would be helpful.
Absolutely.
Everybody gets hurt by rejection, but I think if it happened enough, and then like you could build up a skin, and then like give that out, that honesty, it would be helpful. But people are so afraid of hurting people's feelings. So we sit through shit that is awful.
And I think my problem is that the awful dates that I've been on, they probably haven't thought that they were so awful. Maybe they were really like,
oh, this went good.
Wow, she's awesome. Wow.
Well, yeah, because you are awesome.
No. No, but I mean, like, maybe, I don't know. I always felt so bad telling them the truth about things, because it's like they really seem to be wanting to invest in it. And I didn't want them to know that I just wasn't feeling it. There's that chemistry between people. And once you get it, it's like, But I think a lot of people are used to faking that chemistry.
Totally. Do you guys remember that shitty blind date I went on that Karen set up? Do you remember that?
That Karen set up.
With that one kid, and we went right down to that wine tasting place, and I wore that sparkly sweater, and you guys were here, and like I got all dressed up.
Vaguely, it's coming back to me.
It is.
And while we were in there, he got up and went and sat at a table with his friends that walked in. And I remember this, and I was like so upset. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I sat through that.
Yeah, but then when I was at the Bonefish with that one fucking kid, you had your date there too, remember? And that was the guy that said you lied about who you were. And
he said I lied about who I was. He said I was a baby murderer and that I was a liberal psycho and that because I used microwaves, I microwaved and morphed all my brain cells.
And you sat through that.
Well, that happened after, because he asked me in the date, like towards the end of the night, like, oh, what's your stance on abortion? And I was like,
That's...
Yeah, he asked me, so he had kids.
Cool.
So he's a dad. He was only like 30. Okay, so he had like, and he asked me that, and I was like, I think that's personal and like circumstantial, and I can't answer that. I mean, if I'm being honest, like if I ever got raped, I would have an abortion. I wouldn't. And he fucking ended that date and brought me here and then went back out downtown, because remember, your friend was a bouncer.
Yeah.
And he had gone into the club. And so I had hit him up a couple of days later, and I was like, so you were out all night, and then he was like, yeah, this is going to work for me. You're like pro-abortion, and I'm a father, and you be like willing to kill children, and you admitted to using a microwave. And
who was the guy that said you lied? You altered your picture.
And he also said that I was extremely overweight, and the picture that he had seen of me before must have been way in the past, because I was way thinner then, and I was a liar.
Yeah. Right.
And I felt bad about myself. I literally sat at school crying, like, I'm a murderer fat fuck that warped my brain from a microwave. And I took that on as my own failures. Yeah. Pretty sad. But that dude was on a date that he answered from a Craigslist ad, but he's a father. So you want to talk about like fucked up judgment.
Right. We knew what we were getting into when we did this. This was our, what is it called? Research and development. We were like, yeah, let's just see what the hell we get.
Right.
Most of the responses were super cringe.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure. Totally.
so cringe. The one that I answered and we went downtown and had a great time. The kid with the leg.
Oh, we took the shots out of the prosthetic leg? I did that.
Yeah, you did that. Let's get that clear, okay?
Yeah, I didn't fucking do that.
Took a shot out of a prosthetic. I felt like the coolest pirate
also,
ever.
but I also want to reiterate that I also didn't do that. That was the bro that we talked about that was like, I've taken you out 3 times. You should put out.
Yeah,
and I
that
didn't
was.
do that.
Yeah, I know.
Because that guy obviously was a real fucking winner.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which was really funny because that all ended too with him posting on Craigslist, actually, down to fuck. You remember that?
No,
Where
what?
You met him on Craigslist because you were looking for a bro type.
Yeah.
And then after you guys had your little falling out, he posted on Craigslist that he was looking for a fuck buddy. You don't remember that?
I don't
vaguely. With the picture of the dummy, and he had like gloves on. He was like hanging on the dummy.
I don't really remember that.
Oh my god!
No, because what had happened was I naturally was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking sleep with you now.
Mm-hmm.
I went home. He went out that night and had posted pictures on his Facebook with that chick, and I had texted him the next day, and I was like, really? And he was like, well, you didn't want any, and I was like, oh, damn! Well, good on you, bro. Fuck. Yeah, because he went out like immediately and posted that shit. Remember, I was in the kitchen. You had made me a smoothie.
You had made me a smoothie.
I had a smoothie with the whipped cream. It was a delicious smoothie. Put little sprinkles on the top. Mid smoothie, I fucking open up the Facebook and I see this, and they went bowling or some shit afterwards, and her name was some, cliche Kaylee or
Candy.
Carly, some bullshit. Oh, Carly, great night. Like, you kicked my ass. Can't wait to do it again. Winky, winky, emoji, emoji. And I was like, I know this was intentional.
Nude at a prosthetic. It's okay.
Would you like me to crawl? Nope. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it.
No.
That's not in good taste. Thank you for your service, though, sir.
Agreed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And
guy probably could have been a cool guy. He was just an immature dick.
We're all young. We're in the 20s, dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Living life.
Living life
but yes,
at the Buffalo.
So yeah, no, we didn't meet him at the Buff though.
No, we met a lot of fucking people at the Buffalo.
We did, and
22s.
22s
I was so jealous. I was all about the bro, and he fucking liked Ashley.
He only liked Ashley because it was a Thursday night, and there were no other ladies.
I thought he always had girls around him, though.
Always.
He did. So the one night that I went there alone,
that's right,
was the one night he didn't have a lady on him.
You went there alone.
I did. And I left alone, too.
Yeah, good for you. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, it's like, it wasn't even your type, though.
But I didn't have a type.
She did not.
I still don't have a type. I'll give anyone one date.
I'm trying to think. What else good came of the guy that I dated for a minute. We went camping. His friend Joe.
The J names,
God,
by the
fuck
way.
the J names.
Wait, who is this?
Ryan, his friend Joe. They went. What'd you guys go and do?
We went to ziplining.
Ziplining.
What was I doing?
Nothing.
Cool.
I also wasn't ziplining though, so
cool. That's nice. But I didn't get a hookup out of this friend group? Okay, cool.
No.
The hookup I wanted was taken. So I got the guy who worked on Hondas, remember? He had a
Honda
Honda hat.
band?
No, that was... See,
there's so many!
We sound like hoe bags.
No, we didn't do anything with these guys.
That's the point. We didn't do anything with these guys.
No,
we
but-
just had a good time.
But they shaped, like, how we
I know.
went on,
It's
you know?
sad.
Is it sad?
I don't remember Honda Joe. Who was Honda Joe?
I remember Honda
Where did
Joe.
we meet Honda Joe?
At the Buff, and we sat there until the lights came on, and Ryan got my phone number.
Yeah, because there were 3 friends total.
Yeah.
And it all started with, I went up to one of the friends, who just so happened to be the one who was taken, Because we've
Yes.
discussed this, that men who are taken appear more attractive initially because they're confident and they're not looking for booty.
Right.
Okay.
Was I there at this night?
Yes, us
you
three were.
Yeah, I went up to that guy, and I remember he was like, bless his heart, he was like, I can't slow dance with you. We have to, like speed dance because, I do have a girlfriend. And I was like, okay.
Mhm.
So we actually like line danced to a slow song, and it was kind of weird. But at the same time, he invited the three of us over to his table because his other two friends were single.
Right.
They were the ones who wanted to play blackjack or poker or something.
You and I went and did that.
Was I there?
Yes, you and I went out to fucking Caldwell, whoever's house it was, and we fucking played poker.
Wait, why didn't I do this?
I don't know.
You
But
must
yes,
have been
we
dating
did.
someone then.
Were you dating
Nick?
Or was it? Who were you dating at the time?
If it was in the summer. Now I attribute this is your fuck's fault because
Wow.
this kid asked me out. Remember, and the date we went on was we rode on the motorcycle to Lucky Peak, and he was like, "I want to know what kind of kisser you are." And we sat at Rocky's the next morning, and I was like, "No, never fucking again." I was so put off by that, and Ashley was like, "You gotta give it a chance."
That's because I'm a fucking Pisces idiot.
And I gave him a chance.
By the way,
with that guy.
horoscopes don't mean shit, and this is a constant argument we always
Actually,
have.
I read a lot about my own horoscope,
Wow.
and everything is true.
Okay, no. Because you automatically, when you say Libra, you're like, oh, it's going to tell me everything about myself. It's horse. Stop it.
So I guess I was dating Nick and eating beans because he was vegan and looking at his toe shoes and watching him play video games.
Okay.
Fun!
You had fun with him sometimes, so we don't have to say it wasn't fun at sometimes, because you had fun sometimes. And
he
that's
really
fine.
treated me like shit. The majority of the time, I was treated like shit.
Okay, and you learned from that. So yes, we did go play poker. We did.
So where was I that night? Was I in the friend group when we all met?
At the buff, yes, you were.
Interesting.
I don't know why I don't know why it happened the way it happened. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. Yeah, we went and played poker. I actually dated that guy for a little bit. Went out and met a few of his friends at a bar in Caldwell. I spent the night at his house. I went camping with that guy. Yeah. That ended. Clearly.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Why did that end?
Because he fucking ghosted me.
Oh, yeah.
Because we went camping and then he never talked to me again. And I had to do the, so you're obviously too much of a pussy. What's up? And then what was the bullshit response? I got it at your house. We were on the couch next to the fire. What was some bullshit?
Didn't he have like an ex-wife?
Yeah,
something?
it was some bullshit. She needed her car painted, and she came. I don't know what the excuse. It was an excuse. And then that ended. And then who was the kid from the band?
That did not happen at the Buffalo Club. That happened downtown. Little Roddy's arm wrestling.
Oh man, that was a good night.
That was the best night.
That
December.
was so fun. It started snowing.
It was December 7th.
Yeah.
And we were all in the hot tub. And it started snowing. The flurry, dude. The romantic flurry.
The romantic flurry with my friends. Not
that was
romantic.
So nice.
You were so drunk until you jumped in that pool.
And I want to say this, and I drove, and I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, we were all
fucked up. Beyond fucked up. My outfit looks great, though. I got a pic of it, dude. We looked great. So that's
good.
Dude.
Dang it.
Looks good.
Yeah.
My hair was on point. Gotta get bangs back, dude. No, but jumping in that fucking pool, that sobers you up real quick. And we had to drive Kevin home because Kevin was with us.
Yes, he was.
Man. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I kissed that dude who had a girlfriend. What a skis, man.
Remember
Fiance.
Remember though, then there was a time we were going out with Morgan and Kevin, but you had just broken up with Matt. You were a miserable sap, dude.
Oh, it was a bad night. It was a bad night.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I felt so bad.
We shouldn't have gone out. That was like.
It's okay. We went out.
I don't know. We got Morgan and Kevin's view on a couple of things.
That's true.
And it did actually help me in the long run.
Yeah.
Because those were two gents who weren't interested in fucking me.
Right.
So they were telling me the truth.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate gentlemen who do that with other ladies.
Yeah.
When you can impart some insight, and we
Yeah.
appreciate that. Because although it's obvious to you guys in your guy world, it's not as obvious in our world.
Right.
So we appreciate that insight.
Yeah, that was actually a good time.
I just felt so, I couldn't get you. You walked around in the snow without a jacket. You were, I'm not going to wear, I was like, I could tell you're cold because you're shivering. I'm fine. Like, you were just so.
Dark Schloo times.
Dark Schloo times. You were so sad. And I just remember being like, I'll kill this guy.
Yeah.
Fucking kill him.
He's probably doing great.
Or not.
I could
care less.
Because, over time you forget.
Yes.
You forget things.
You forget a lot of shit.
And I remember you telling me that too.
Mm-hmm.
Telling me it will get better.
Mm-hmm.
And it did.
Yep.
Do you guys remember the last time we went to Buffalo Club?
Yes.
A couple of December or two ago.
Yeah.
We went there with fresh adult eyes.
And it was miserable.
It wasn't the same.
It just wasn't, the vibe was wrong.
Yeah. Very weird. But
we went that one night with Dad.
That was a good time.
That was so fun.
Yeah. Papa Roy coming out.
Oh, because we went and played
Shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard. Dude, our dad is the greatest drinking buddy.
Hands down. Dan can attest to it. Yeah. No. I mean, things are different when we're 23. 21 and 23. I'm trying to think, like, we went out a lot, but then we kind of stopped.
Yeah, why did we stop?
Nick? Tyler?
No one.
No one.
And we've also all never been in a relationship at the same time. All three of us.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, very true.
There's always been one of us or two of us that has been single.
Yeah.
So right now I'm number one. I'm number one.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Why is that?
Because people don't recognize how awesome we are.
It's true.
I don't know. I guess that's just the way the universe works, dude.
Maybe because if one friend is single and another friend loses their person, there's always that one single friend that can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, we can officially say 2 out of the 3 of us have now been engaged.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've never been engaged.
well,
Do you want to be engaged, or do you feel pressured by society?
oh damn,
To
we
be
just talked about
engaged.
this.
Yeah, I don't want to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's okay.
No, I just think I like the idea of somebody in the world who knows strongly enough to ask you that question.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like the feeling that you're that for somebody is
Yeah.
pretty special. But no, man, I'm cool.
I'm cool.
I'm young.
That was put very beautifully, though.
Yeah.
But
That somebody would feel strongly enough
To ask you that.
to ask.
Yeah, and it wasn't forced. I mean, mine was forced. You know? I mean, because after 4.5 years, it's kind of like, what the fuck are we doing?
Shit or grit off the pot.
Right. And so it was kind of like, bro didn't even get down on the knee. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Should have known right there. Should have known. But it was like, oh my god, I'm going to pretend like this is great. Just whatever.
But it was learning. You learn from that experience. You grow from that experience.
Oh, by the way, didn't you find out where the shoe tree actually is?
Oh my god.
No, it does exist.
Just
Not
not where you
exist.
said.
Just not west.
No, way fucking close to Reno. No, it really is really fucking. It's on that way. But if we had kept going towards Reno, we would have seen it.
So for 5 more hours?
Yes.
We would.
And
I
it's
was
there.
ready.
It's there for real.
I was ready to make that trip, dude.
Well,
I don't know if realistically I would have, like, with our Maverick stop, like that was it, and then just get in the car and go. I don't know if we had really thought it out.
I thought it was way close, dude. But it's really there.
It was really awesome though, like sharing music like that though.
Mhm.
I mean, we shared some awesome songs and just a great time.
Yep.
And we also looked at a lot of trees in the darkness.
We did. No
Yeah.
shoes.
No shoes on any of them.
So you can imagine my excitement. Last year driving past it, I was like, there it is. And then fucking, he was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, you don't get it.
You don't get it, you fuck. You'll never
It matters.
It
I was right.
matters to me.
It's out there.
Okay, so, I feel like this was a really good...
Introductory podcast for Schloo.
Yes.
Welcome aboard, Schloo.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, and until next time, okay, bye.
Bye.